Do you have the type of hair that when you put it in a ponytail, it just slides right out? Or maybe you're seeing more scalp than hair lately? I know the feeling. I've got fine, thin hair as well. So today we're going to be talking about what's the difference between fine hair, thin hair, and what are the 5 things that your stylists wish you didn't do with your hair. I totally get it. It could be so frustrating. That ponytail holder just keeps sliding right out of your hair. So we're going to talk about some advice of what you should and definitely shouldn't be doing when you are noticing that your hair is thinning. First, let's clear up a common misconception. What is the difference between fine hair and thin hair? Okay. Fine hair actually has to do with the diameter of each hair strand. If you can take a hair strand, one of your hairs, put it between your fingers like it's a piece of thread, if you could feel it like it is a piece of thread, you probably don't have fine hair. Fine hair, you really can't feel it when you put it in between your fingers. It's so fine. That is the fine texture compared to a medium texture or coarse textured hair. So you can have coarse thinning hair or medium thinning hair. Thinning hair is when you are actually shedding your hair and it is becoming noticeable that your scalp is showing more, or you see a lot more hairs in your hairbrush. So now that we've got that all sorted out, let's talk about the 5 shoulds and shouldn'ts that you should be doing for thinning hair. Number 1, and this is a big misconception, not putting layers in your hair. A lot of people with thinning hair think that layers are going to make their hair appear thinner. Now, I guarantee you, yeah, if you put too many layers in your hair, it will appear thinner. But hair that is just one length and you're growing it long will actually appear thinner because it's fine and thin, and the longer it gets, you can almost see through it. But on the flip side, if you add too many layers, it could actually make your hair look thinner. The key is to try to find the balance between the layering. What I always suggest is find I call it the round of the head. Like if you parted your hair and you put a U around your hair, you would only layer what lives on top of that round of the head. You would not layer down below. So what that gives you is movement to the hair, but you have a strong perimeter line. If you feel like you need to see this, I do have a video on this. I'll make sure I put the link in the show notes, but you can go back and see, and I really explain it and why it's important to do so. But that is key. That was number 2. Number 3, when you cut your hair too short, it could actually make your hair appear thinner than it is. Like a buzz cut. The shorter you cut your hair, the more you can see your scalp. It makes sense, right? So you should opt for blunt bobs. I know I just said layers, so a blunt bob that actually has some layers at the top, okay, to give you some movement. Or a longer pixie cut works really, really well if you like the shorter look. Oh, also asymmetrical cuts. Yeah, they really actually give you the illusion that you have more hair, because if you see those, they part them on the side, they cut one side a little bit shorter and the other side's longer, or vice versa. That actually will give you the illusion of more hair. Number 4, using the wrong products. One thing that I hear with women who are struggling with thin or fine hair, they always say, oh, I don't use any products, it just weighs my hair down. I totally get it. However, you are probably using the wrong products. There are products out there that are heavy, they have oils to them. They are wonderful for keeping the humidity out of the air. They're wonderful for weighing down the texture of the hair. They're wonderful for those like straightening balms, things like that. Those are meant to be heavier products. I'm not saying you can't use those, but those are probably not the products that you need for your hair. You do need products in your hair because you need to protect your hair from the elements. You need to actually wrap each individual strand of your hair with a product to make the density feel bigger. And there are products out there that contain like tapioca starch and other ingredients that actually take the strand of the hair and wrap it around, and it actually feels like you have more hair on your head. It is an illusion until you shampoo it off, but if you are interested in what that is, I'll leave the link, and it's fabulous. It does make a huge difference. There's also things you can use, like really, really light styling creams or gels that do not weigh your hair down. In fact, give it a little bit more body and movement. And there are some mousses too. You do have to be real careful with some mousse products that are out there because they contain a lot of alcohol, and you don't want the alcohol to dry out your fine hair or your thinning hair. That's the last thing you want. So again, I'll leave some links of some of my favorite products in the show notes, and you can let me know if you use them and how they worked for you. And if you are struggling, if you are using a product that you just don't know if it is right for your hair or not, reach out to me. I'll let you know. You know, I research all kinds of things. So finally, number 5, not using volumizing products in and out of the shower. What do I mean by this? I mean, they have shampoos that actually create more volume for your hair, light conditioners that create more volume for your hair. There's heavy conditioners out there that, when misused, I'm not saying you can't use them. I'm just saying if you misuse them like every day, it will create weight to your hair and you won't get any volume. With that said, there are right ways and wrong ways of applying conditioners to your hair. So say you're in the shower, you're shampooing your hair with a volumizing shampoo, whatever that might be for you. And again, my links will be in the show notes of my favorite products. When you go to condition your hair, just condition the ends of your hair. Try to not put that conditioner on the scalp because the scalp already creates its own oils. And if you are putting more conditioner on the scalp, even if you have short hair, try to just smush it into the ends of your hair and then take your fingers and rake it through. You just don't want to put the conditioner on top of your head and hope that it reaches the ends, because it won't. All it'll do is give you flat hair. Hope that makes sense. So there is a right way and a wrong way to put conditioner on in the shower. If you have longer hair, I would make a loose ponytail, run it through the ends, use your fingers or get a wide tooth comb, rake it through the ends. Any of the residue that's left on your fingers or in the comb, you could rake it through the top so you get a little bit of conditioner on top, but you don't really want the conditioner on the top of your head. And then when you get out of the shower, make sure you're not just, you know what we do. We get out of the shower and we towel dry our hair. Don't do that because you're just roughing up the cuticle, and that cuticle is sacred, right? It is. That's what makes shiny, healthy looking hair. And if you don't know what the cuticle is, I do have videos on that explaining it, but what it is, the cuticle looks like little fish scales on the outside of your hair. And when you have unhealthy hair, those fish scales go wide open, kind of like a pine cone. You know when pine cones are really tight, but then when they open up and they have the pine cone, I don't know, they look like an open pine cone. That's what a unhealthy cuticle on your hair looks like. And what happens is that cuticle is wide open, and then it not only breaks because it's finer, you know, and at weak points, stress points, but it allows things into your hair, or it allows the color molecules to come out of your hair. You get brassy hair, you get the moisture and the lipids come out of your hair, and it's really not a good thing. The whole goal of healthy hair is to close down that cuticle tight, and you can do that by many things, by using the right shampoo, the right conditioner with the right pH balance, using the right products that seal that cuticle down, protects it from the sun, from the oxidation, things like that. So it is vital to the health of your hair, and if you're serious about the health of your hair, to use the right products. You have to use something. Do not say, I don't use hair products because it weighs my hair down. You just haven't found the right hair product for you. You have to protect your hair. It's almost like having, if you don't put something on your hair, even if it's heat protectant, that's fine. Sun protection, that's fine. But if you're suffering from fine or thin hair, you need some volume in there. Whether that's a mousse, whether that's a root spray, whether that's a curl enhancer to make more movement in your hair. I don't know. Again, if you are concerned with the products that you're using and they're not working for you, message me. I would love to help you find what would work for you. I would love to do that for you. All right, so there you have it. The 5 things, right? They're pretty easy. We can do that. We can handle that. The right products, the right techniques, the right haircut. You got this. Look, I appreciate you being here today. And remember to subscribe, ring that bell so you'll be the first to get a notification when we put a new video out. Always remember, when you know better, you do better. Go out and make it a great day.